Makers of Marvel Snap. There's a new evil emerging from the shadows, and there's going to be monster madness. But there's just one thing. Make that 3 things evil didn't count on.
This intro's really cool.
Season, a trigger-happy hunter, a day-walking vampire, and a demon on fire will make sure the living dead don't stay that way for long. So strap in and hold on for fully loaded creature carnage!
And then Sakaar pulled Modok from his hand.
Okay.
Oh, hello there, ghouls and gals, mutants and monsters. Welcome to another edition of Second Dinner Presents Tales from the Negative Zone, where the macabre and malevolent are on full display, and the hunters can sometimes become the hunted. I'm Ben Brode, and tonight we present to you, on the eve of this year's spookiest season, the most supernatural, spine-tingling, sinister lineup of new additions we've ever brought to Marvel Snap. These bone-chilling boosts.
So honestly, I've always had a thing, like, weirdly enough, for Halloween events in games, and I think it started with Fortnite. Honestly, I think Halloween in Fortnite was really cool. Did like the pumpkin rocket launchers and all the skins. So I'm looking forward to this because I feel like we didn't really get a Halloween because it was kind of like the launch time for Snap. So we'll see if it improves. It looks like it's going to.
Your decks will make your opponents howl in fear as we enter this season, Bloodstone. Let's begin. Playing Snap in my darkened lair, the next card to lay I shall prepare. To fill the void, a hero so rare, a sinister task I do declare. Elsa Bloodstone by my side, her strength increasing my next try.
Okay, so let's go back a second. So this card, we'll see in a second, but it is a 2/2. I think it's going to be pretty strong, but there are a few things you do need to know. It's not the card to fill the location. It's if you play a card that fills the location. So you have to have played a card, actually put a card down that is the last slot on a location. So for example, if you play Brood and then Brood fills it, that will not work. It will not give +3 to any of those cards. But in locations like Space Throne, if you just play one card there, that fills the location, so then it would work. So for example, if you do get Space Throne and you play an Elsa Bloodstone's down and you play a Kitty in Space Throne every single turn, it'll be gaining +4 a turn with Elsa down. So that's pretty incredible, honestly. I think Elsa's going to be really strong.
Her strength increasing my next stride, a trio of power to the next move fills the location's final groove. That's right. With Elsa Bloodstone, if you play another card to fill a location, give it +3 power. Elsa can work well with cards like Nightcrawler and Jeff ! That can relocate themselves and trigger her ability several times. However, that's not the only card this season. Here are more...
Wait, has something changed? Is there a different book on the desk or something here?
More new cards that will make your deck shine more brilliant than the light of a full moon. A full moon, yes. Is it hot in here? Is the AC working? You guys feel okay? Okay, all right, well, let's continue. The ManThing's touch, a foul embrace, drains the strength from every face. 1, 2, or 3 cast, beware the doom, for their power shall wither within the gloom. ManThing.
I think this card is actually quite good. Because if you look, like 1, 2, or 3 cost cards here get -2 power. It does include your own, so that's something to think about. But I think maybe in like Jubilee, Lockjaw, whatever, it could be quite strong. Maybe you just play Luke Cage anyway. But yeah, I think like this is strong, right? Giving something -2 is a big deal, as you're about to see. And I think that ManThing, because he's a series, I believe it's the only Series 4 card in this season. It's only 3,000 tokens as well, so I think ManThing's going to be very, very popular just because it's cheap.
Can combo with Luke Cage to let you flood a location without fear. He definitely adds insult to injury for Green Goblin, Debris, and Viper. The Black Knight hoists an ebony blade. It feeds and feeds, its price unpaid.
Now this is the card I want to look at. Oh, I cannot wait for this. As a discard into big things, enjoy it. After you discard a card, add the ebony blade to your hand with that card's power once per game. We'll get to see it in a second, but this might not be the strongest card out of the set of this month, but it's my favorite for sure.
Discard your cards to sate its thirst. Infused with power, this blade is cursed. Sure, discard Infinato Giganto, why not? You'll get a massive 4-cost ebony blade in return. Nico Minoru crackling with power. Her powerful staff makes her enemies cower. When you play a card, she'll assist with a spell. Your opponent? Well. Do you like the toolkit feel of Thanos' Infinity Stones? Nico packs all her tricks into her spellbook with 7 possibilities that a wise player can use to bend the game their way at exactly the right moment.
This looks so good, and I really like this design, because if you know Nico Monroe, like, it's very thematic. You can go and look her up as to why. But I like the way, if we just go back here, I like the way, like, on the card, it shows what it is. Right? Like what ability she currently has, and it cycles every single turn.
Well. Do you like the toolkit feel of Thanos'
Really cool.
Infinity Stone?
I also as well double checked, and there's stuff like Glenn confirmed that if you play it and then bounce it back to your hand, the spells will continue to cycle. Because I was wondering whether the spells locked in, like once you played that card, similar to say if you play Mystique too, and then also, I think if you get multiple Nikos, then they are random. The spells aren't in a set order as far as I'm aware. They are completely random. But I think this card is really good because, one, it's a 1-drop, one of the easiest cards to fit into a deck. It's a 1/2 reasonable stats. But just these effects are very strong. And because you can either wait to play it at a right time or play it on curve and just set up, it's going to be very interesting. But I think this is going to be a very popular card.
Nico packs all her tricks into her spellbook with 7 possibilities that a wise player can use to
move
bend
location
the game
to the
their
right
way
is kind of
at
big.
exactly the right moment.
Or move it 1 location to the right.
Those aren't the only hair-raising additions.
I swear there's been more books added.
New variants
Or maybe the
bring
skull.
both a bark and a bite to your matches. I'm sorry, guys. Can we stop down for a second? What's this microphone made out of? Silver? They put silver in these? Really? No, it's fine. We can keep going. A vampire hunter who pierces souls. His appearance
These variants
fierce,
are awesome.
knife-forged and bold. The chains you hear means the rider nears. It's plain to see. This outfit's fierce. Also coming this season, prepare to face off with your opponent in 2 doomed locations, where both of your fates will be sealed. Hotel Inferno. Play cards here, and in a flash, your opponent's deck will turn to ash.
This seems pretty toxic. This is going to be a rough one because this is where Destroy is going to come out to play, right? Like, imagine just Yondu. You just play Yondu on this location. You destroy 2 cards of your opponent, and then you have like null in your own deck and death and so on, so on. So this is going to be pretty disgusting. So we'll have to see how the day goes.
Also, the Abbey. Play 2 cards and a 3rd you'll draw.
I think this one's fine. This is one of those locations I don't think anyone's going to be too upset about. You have exactly 2 cards at a location first, and then you draw a card. Pretty neutral location.
But
I think
play
ones
a
like this are
3rd?
fine.
Will you draw? Nah. Ah, yes, the Abbey. The home base of the Midnight Suns is the perfect place to set the stage for our darkest collaboration ever. thanks to our friends at 2K Games and Marvel's Midnight Suns. Coming this month, you'll see free login rewards like this foreboding Doctor Strange Midnight Suns variant.
These are so good. I played Midnight Suns. These outfits plus the tarot cards themselves are awesome. You get a free login one for Doctor Strange, which is great. But we're about to, I think, see more. And there's some spicy news that we'll get
This is
to.
for everyone who logs in between October 3rd and November 6th on all platforms. Don't forget, our total shop takeover by the Midnight Suns. So we've worked...
So this is the tricky one, right? So at the moment, for those of you who don't know, there's a shop takeover for this planned, where your shop will be filled with these tarot sort of Midnight Suns cards and so on. The only problem is they've all been data mined as 1,200 gold each. So either pick and choose which ones you want very carefully, or pull the old MasterCard out to try and help out with that, because this is going to be disgusting. I'm already trying to see like one or two that I really want, and then I'll just have to forget about the rest, because if they're all 1,200 each, it'll be very expensive. So we'll have to see. That's not 100% confirmed, of course. Data mines can be wrong, but we will have to see. They look great though.
To bring you all...
Like, look at that. The death one is perfect.
all new variants from Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Like, that one is one of the best ones as well. But that one isn't data mined in the shop, so maybe that's something else.
Including Black Panther, Deadpool, Jean Grey, and 21 more incredible characters
looks so
that will
good.
be coming to the shop. Oh, by the way, there's one last card being introduced this season. In shadows deep where moonlights wane, a tortured soul in endless pain. Yada, yada, yada. It's Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night's the last card.
I got it.
After you play an on-reveal card at another location, move there and gain +2 power. Be on the prowl for later this month.
So let's just go back. So I think Werewolf by Night is data mined as a 3/3, but they don't show his stats. And I think that's because they're not 100% sure what he should be, because if this is a 3/3 and it's going to be a 3/5 with one move, then 3/7 with another, like, there's a world where this could get huge because it's every single time you do an on-reveal card, and that there's space in the location to move to. So you do have to play a little bit funky, but I think Werewolf by Night could be really, really strong. So I'm very excited to see what this card actually releases as. But still, I think all the cards this month are going to be strong.
+2 power. Be on the prowl for later this month. It's our Marvel Snap 1-year anniversary. From all of us at Second Dinner, happy spooky season and happy snapping.
Good job, bro. Okay, so bro did a good job there, of course. I think the highlights for me are these two cards, Black Knight here. I cannot wait to play with. I think it's going to be awesome. And it might bring these decks back, right? To go Black Knight, discard something big, then you have the sword, and you have for example, you could still have Ghost Rider to bring that big thing back. So I think that's really, really strong. And then Nico as well. Looks like it's going to be great. She looks awesome. And going to be nice and probably flexible enough to just pretty much play in any deck. There's a world where Nico actually becomes like the best one drop in the game, or the most used, let's say, because she seems very, very just neutral, right? You can just put her in pretty much any deck and it'll be fine. It'll be interesting to see what happens if she goes in some kind of bounce deck as well. But yeah, that's it, guys. Let me know any highlights that you guys have. I think the variants are going to be interesting. I hope to grab at least one or two, because there's some really great looking ones as well. But yeah, I'll get the Oata one. But yeah, there you go. A lot of people will be after Galactus, or maybe not after the nerves. So yeah, that was the video, guys.